And so I put together a little quiz. I had decided we were going to talk about defense some and got sidetracked, as I said earlier. But I put together this quiz just to see if we can't reinforce some of the concepts that we talked about on opening leads. I mean, opening leads are very, very important. It's the most important, or one of the most important aspects of the hand for the defense. And then declarer's play to the first trick is probably right up there for the declaring side as well. So the opening lead and declarer's play to the first trick deserves some extra attention. So today we're going to talk about various hands and what you would choose for the opening lead. I have given you the auction and your hand. So tell me what you think about your opening lead on hand one. I think it's obvious that somebody has bid 6 no trump based on a long running, probably minor suit, because your partner opened the bidding and yet they're in slam. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Because normally it takes 33 points to have a chance at a no trump slam, but sometimes you can make a no trump slam if you have a long running suit, and that looks maybe like what the basis of this no trump bid was here by North. So you're holding the west hand. I hope this one's easy for most of you. You have a nice 5-card spade suit, which you might want to lead, but I think there's a better choice. Does anybody have an opinion?
Lead hearts, your partner bid them.
Which heart are you going to lead, Harv?
I'm going to lead the 9 to tell them I have 2.
That's right. That's right. Perfect. What's wrong with the spade lead? Does anybody have, I mean, why wouldn't you want to lead 4th down from your longest and strongest here?
Because my partner bid hearts.
Well, that's yes, that is an overriding consideration, but there's another reason too. This is
probably going to give the opponents a cheap trick because you only have 1 honor.
That's right. And the thing about it is, remember, against a no trump slam or any grand slam, you don't want to underlead an honor, because very often the declarer will have 11 tricks. And if you give him a free finesse on that opening lead, there's his 12th one. So underleading an honor against a no trump slam is seldom a good idea. So even if I didn't have any guidance from my partner, I don't believe that I would lead a small spade here, because I'm too likely to give the declarer his contract fulfilling trick. Based on the fact that neither North nor South bid a major suit, I might have chosen the 9 of hearts anyway, because when opponents bid no trump without seeking a major suit fit, that generally means they have the minors locked up, but that particularly the responder, or in this case the advancer, doesn't have a 4-card major suit, and the opener probably doesn't have a 5-card major suit. It depends on how that particular pair plays and how many points South actually has. For instance, if I had 17 high card points and a 5-card major suit, I would open the major suit and jump to 2 no trump, because my hand is worth 18 points. But in this case, South just overcalled 1 heart, promising a heart stop. And then, of course, you passed. You got the short end of the stick here. And North bid 6 no trump. And as I said, there has to be a long-running suit in that North hand to cause him to do that. Because between the East hand and the South hand, we're looking at a minimum of 27 high card points, aren't we? So this bid has to be based on a long-running minor suit. And that means that East and West have to take their tricks quickly. If there's a long-running suit, then they're going to get their tricks if we don't get ours first. That's the whole idea behind that one. All right, now that we've beaten that one to death, or I have anyway, let's move on to number 2. This is a horse of a different color. South's bid a no trump and North bid 3 no trump. There's the west hand. What is your choice?
I would lead the Queen of Hearts.
Why would you not lead the four of spades?
Because I think the Queen of Hearts is very close to a sequence. It's looked very close to a very nice sequence.
Yeah, well, it's a broken sequence.
Yeah, yeah.
And yes, you're absolutely right. That is a much better, much safer lead, much less likely to give away a trick than leading fourth best from a broken tennis like the spade suit is. So my choice would be the Queen of Hearts here. No guarantees, but that looks like the best option to me also. Okay, on this next one, South opened a no trump again, and this time North bid 2 clubs looking for a possible 4-4 major suit fit, and indeed South said, hey, looky here, I have 4 hearts, partner. What do you think? North said, we don't match, but I have enough for game. So let's play 3 no trump. Now what's your lead, Debbie?
Now I would lead the spades. And I actually might lead the king because it's a broken sequence, but it's not as pretty of a sequence as the hearts.
Oh, yeah, it's broken. Because you don't have any 2 cards that are touching. What is the bidding?
Well, it's the king space jack, but
but those are not touching honors. So that's a different situation here from the hearts where you have touching honors.
Oh, okay. So then I'd leave 4th down. I'd leave the spades for sure.
Okay. Anybody else have another opinion? Answer me a question here. What did North's 3 no trump bid say?
He doesn't have 4 hearts. He has 4 spades.
He have? What does he have?
4 spades and South has 4 hearts.
That's right. So does that make the lead of a spade a good idea?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. So if we eliminate spades and hearts here, what's left?
Jack of diamonds.
Jack of diamonds is right. And why would the pass is missing under East there after 2 clubs. Sorry. What might be another reason why you would lead the Jack of diamonds rather than the 6 of clubs?
What's
your
top of a broken sequence?
Well, yes, it is, but honor doubleton with a small card under it is often a good lead against a no trump contract. Your answer is not wrong. What I'm trying to get you to tell me is that East didn't double 2 clubs for a lead. Remember, the double of an artificial bid asked partner to lead that suit if he's on lead, and East didn't double clubs. So that tends to make me think that a club lead would not be particularly successful. So I'm going to lead the Jack of diamonds. I don't want to help the declarer set up either one of these major suits. He can find out the bad news about those later. I don't need to help him. Okay. Now, I just gave away the answer here on this next one, didn't I? We have the same situation. 1 no trump pass, 2 clubs double. South says, I have 4 spades, partner, and denies 4 hearts because he skipped over hearts. And North says, once again, we don't match. This time, what are you going to lead?
Clubs.
Yeah, you're going to lead a club. Which one are you going to lead?
I'd leave the top of the double.
They're absolutely right. Yes, when you have a doubleton, you lead the top one. Notice these hands are all the same. Different bidding sequences dictate different leads, right? So paying attention to the bidding when you're choosing your opening lead is a really, really, really important consideration. So the first one, we're going to lead the Queen of Hearts. The next one, number 3, we're going to lead the Jack of diamonds. And on number 4, we're going to lead the 6 of clubs because partner asked us to lead a club. Note, he should have 2 or 3 honors at the top of that. This is not just the ace of clubs. He should have some tricks to take in the club suit because I'll tell you a little secret. there are people around who double two clubs for a lead on not very much sometimes. And smart declarers or opening bidders will often leave that in saying, hey, I'm willing to play two clubs doubled. So if you're going to double two clubs for the opening lead from your partner, make sure you have something. You ought to have a nice sequence like King, Queen, Jack 10 or Ace, King, Queen 10 or something like that. Something that will Ace, King, Jack and a couple of small ones would be good as well. Have something in the suit besides just one or two cards. Because if you've ever found yourself in the position of having, in this case, South pass two clubs doubled, this really puts West in a bad spot. So be careful when you do this. This is, people have tried to get away, pull fast ones, in other words, doubling two clubs for a lead when sometimes they think that, hey, I have shortness in clubs. They end up in a major suit. I would just love to have my partner lead a club. Don't ever double two clubs for the lead with shortness. You need to have honors, plural, in your hand to do that. That's just a little bonus tip for this morning. I've seen it happen, and it's not fun if it happens to you. All right, now here's another option. Number 5, this time we're back to the old 1 no trump, 3 no trump. And this time partner didn't give you a clue. What do you think you should lead with this hand?
I just leave the 3 of spades.
Anybody else have another idea?
I'd leave the ace of
I think
spades.
the ace of spades, because you have potential to run that suit.
Well, remembering that leading the top of a sequence against a no trump contract promises either a 3-card perfect sequence or a 3-card broken sequence. Does this spade suit qualify?
No.
The lead of the ace from Ace King against a suit contract is perfectly fine because the third round of a suit often gets roughed. But in the case of no trump contracts, for both the declaring side and the defenders, the maxim take your losses early applies. When I have a suit like this, my partner often has only a doubleton in it. Once in a while, he'll have the queen and everything will be great. Well, what happens if I lead the ace and then the king, and then he takes the queen? Notice I have no outside entries. And if my partner doesn't have another spade, now what? My 2 little spades will just, I mean, the defense can just wave goodbye to them, can't they? So when you're defending a no trump contract, if you don't have a 3-card perfect sequence or broken sequence, in other words, a broken sequence is 2 touching cards, a missing card, and then the next one is there. So in the instance of that first example where we were talking about leading the Queen of Hearts, that was the Queen Jack 9. The Queen and Jack are touching, the 10 is missing, and then we have the 9. That is a broken sequence, and the top of that sequence is just fine. But here we don't have a 3-card sequence of any kind. Rather than having your partner or the declarer take the third round of spades, how about if you lead the 3 first? Partner may have the queen. If he does, fantastic. But he still has a little card in his hand to lead back. Generally, if you're really having a bad day, he may have a singleton queen. If he does, you've given yourself the best chance to take spade tricks by leading a low spade. Generally, he will have at least one more, and when he returns it, now you can look around and say, hey, I have a good chance to take the rest of my spade suit here. 5 spade tricks makes for a 1-trick set on 3 no trump. So lacking a 3-card sequence Take your losses early, particularly when you have no outside entries and partner rates to be not really long in spades. He may have 3, he may not. Most often in this kind of situation, I find that my partners usually have 2. And sometimes one of them is an honor and sometimes it's not. But in order to maintain communication with your partner's hand, lead low first when you don't have a 3-card sequence. Now here we have another interesting hand. Number 6, 1 no trump, 6 no trump. North just bid what he thinks his partner can make. But if you're West, if I'm West, I'm looking at this hand and scratching my head and saying, I know they don't have 33 high card points between them. I also know that my partner is broke. Absolutely broke. If he's got any points at all, they are way overbid, right? But sometimes you can make 6 no trump if, and I'm suspicioning here that it's the dummy that has a long running suit with an entry or 2 outside. So it's up to you to lead holding that West hand. What are you going to lead?
King of spades.
King of spades.
Why are you leading the king of spades instead of the ace of hearts? That's a sure trick, right?
Yes, but I'll
Always a-
get in the lead back with either spades or hearts and take my second trick.
Right. Absolutely. If you lead the king of spades, then if South ducks, put the ace of hearts on the table right then. Don't wait around. Don't lead the queen of spades. But in this case, leading the ace of hearts and then the king of spades is backwards. Set up that spade trick, and it's highly unlikely that the declarer can come to 12 tricks without driving out that heart ace. I suspect that South is going to see that he has a big problem once your lead hits the table. But in this case, it is definitely a good idea to lead the king of spades. Good job, guys. How about number 7 here? This time it's just a little different, isn't it? North showed 18 points at least, opposite a possible 15-point no trump opening on number 6. This time he showed 16 or 17, asking his partner to bid 6 if he's on a maximum, or if he has 16 with a 5-card suit, for instance, or really good spots or prime values. I mean, he's just asking his partner to reevaluate his hand and bid 6 if warranted, or just pass 4 no trump. In other words, North has more than 15 high card points, but not quite enough to bid the slam. South says, that's fine, I'll bid it. And now it's up to you to lead. What do you think?
10
I'm
of
not sure.
hearts.
I like 10 of hearts.
Okay, I heard the 10 of hearts. That's an interior sequence, isn't it?
That's what I would lead to.
Okay. Does that fit with the idea of a passive defense against a no trump slam?
No. Clubs would be the most passive.
Yeah, either the 6 of clubs or the 4 of diamonds, either one is what I would choose. It's obvious they don't have a no trump fit here, but if I lead a major suit, either one of them, I'm leading right into the no trump bidder's hand and underleading a king in both instances. The opponents have about 33 points between them this time. This is not like the 1 no trump, 6 no trump with 9 points in my hand here. They have about 33 high card points between them, and I have 7. How many does that leave for my partner? 0, right? 0. Because 33 and 7 makes 40. So I don't want to underlead either one of my kings here. Because if the declarer has 11 tricks, I have just given him his 12. Because I can see from my hand that my partner might have a jack. Might. But that's highly unlikely. in this instance, because South should have either 17 or a good 16, and North has 16 or 17. So my partner can't possibly have much of anything. So I would lead very passively here. Looks to me like South's going to have to take a couple of finesses, and both of them are going to lose. But if I lead one of these two suits, I have given away a trick. Now, against 3 no trump, the 10 of hearts would be a great lead. But this is 6 no trump. And against a no trump slam, always lead passively. And that means don't underlead an honor under any circumstances. You are just really, really likely to give away a trick that you don't need to give away. It might be the setting trick. You never know. Okay, number 8. Now we're getting into a little bit more involved bidding here. South opened a club. North responded a diamond. South says, I really like clubs. And Jump rebids his clubs. And North says, no, I like diamonds. I really don't want to play clubs. I like my diamonds. And South says, okay, I give 3 no trump. And South says, oh, I like that even better. 6 no trump. So once again, you're on lead against a no trump slam. So this is very different from the situation in hand number 7. Very, very different. Normally, we lead very passively against a no trump slam, but South has a long running club suit and a very good hand because of that jump to 3 clubs. And North has a long running diamond suit. I mean, there could possibly be 12 tricks for them right there if the defenders don't grab their tricks first. So now the idea of defending passively against a no trump slam goes right out the window. Because if East and West don't grab their tricks and grab them in a hurry, they're going to find themselves saying, well, congratulations, nicely bid, nicely played. You've made a very nice slam here. And writing down, depending on vulnerability, minus 1440. Nobody wants to do that if they can avoid it. So in this case, I would underlead my king of spades. That's an aggressive lead, and I need to be aggressive. Does everybody see the difference between number 7 and number 8? And why I would never make this lead against 1 no trump, 6 no trump, or 1 no trump, 4 no trump, 6 no trump, because it's giving away a trick. But in this case, I have to hope that my partner has some tricks somewhere. If he doesn't have anything at all, I mean, if they do have their 33, I've got 7, and I have just given them a trick. Maybe my partner has the queen of spades. Maybe he has a card in diamonds that will enable him to get the lead. If I lead the ace of clubs, I'm just helping South set up his suit. So I'm not touching clubs. But in this case, an aggressive lead is called for, and that means underleading the king of spades. It may not work. It may not work. It could be that the heart is right. I can't tell. But I do know that if my partner has something in spades, that I have the king, and maybe he has the queen, and that will set up my king. But I have to make an aggressive lead here, and the 4 of spades is my choice. Any questions about that? Anybody? It's kind of scary to do that against a no trump slam, I think. The chances that, I mean, partner could have the ace of spades ostensibly. South could have been 3 no trump holding only the queen of spades in his hand as a stopper. North bid 6. So anyway, we'll find out after the hand is played. All right, now we have another bidding situation here. This is 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. What do we think about this hand?
Well, I would lead the 4 spades.
Let me ask you a question, Debbie.
Okay.
They're in a game contract. How many points do you have?
4, 6, 9, 10. Well, I've got 14 points.
So how many points does your partner have?
None.
0. So what do you think you've done by underleading the ace queen of spades?
Help them.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
then now that you so kindly point that out, I should probably do something like lead the 9 of clubs, maybe.
Yeah, whatever your agreement is with your partner
Top of nothing.
on 3 small, then I would lead a club.
Okay.
Because anything else finesses me, because my partner has no help for me in any suit.
Yeah.
Just doesn't. That means I have to sit back and let the declarer give me my tricks. When one side is really, really strong and the other side is really, really weak, whether it's the defense or whether you know that about the declaring side, and let's say opening bidder opened 2 clubs, responder bids 2 diamonds, opening bidder bids something else, and then the responder bids the second negative. We have a very strong hand and a very weak hand. That's a signal to defend passively. Same thing here. You know that you have all the missing points. North and South they didn't bid game directly. They kind of took a little detour here. South obviously has more than a 15-point no trump. But your hand is almost as good as his, and you're sitting behind him. His finesses most likely are going to come right into your hand for the most part.
Yeah.
So it behooves you just to sit back and let the tricks come to you. South doesn't know what the situation is. He's not going to be happy when the hand is over because every single card is wrong. But it happens. It happens. All righty. So in this case, lead a club, whichever club matches you and your partner's agreement for leading from 3 small spot cards. The 9 is nearly always at top of nothing. So if that's your agreement, that would be what that shows. This time, North and South have that 1 no trump and 3 no trump auction again. And this is your lovely hand. What do you know about your partner's hand?
He's got 14 points, 15.
Yeah, he has 14 or 15, unless South, say, has 17 and North has 12. They could bid 3 no trump, holding 28 or 29 between them. But whatever points the defense has are in your partner's hand, right? And so what are we going to do here? Shall we try to set up the diamond suit?
No.
Why not?
Well, if you're long, then chances are they don't have that many. And it's better to go with a different suit that you have fewer in.
Well, that's right. And what's the other issue here?
You don't have any entries.
You don't have any entries. That's right. Even if you do get that 7 set up, how are you going to get it? So first off, I would eliminate the diamonds. I would try to figure out what my partner has, which suit my partner has. In this case, this is another auction that screams for a major suit lead. So I would just take a shot and lead either of the major suit 10s, either one of them, because they didn't look for a 4-4 major suit fit. So hopefully my partner has 4 cards in at least one of these majors, and maybe I can hit it. I would not lead a club, simply because on auctions like this, generally the opponents have the minor suits locked up. So either one of these major suit 10s would be my choice. You and your partner might talk about this situation, and it could be that you end up finessing your partner. But remember, if you can finesse your partner, so can the declarer. He can go to the board and lead through your partner. So if you finesse your partner, Well, it's unfortunate that that card was sitting there, but it happens. And if you could do it, so could the declarer. Now we're into suit contract auction here. What do you think? South opens 1 spade, North bids 1 no trump. South bids 2 hearts, and then North says, okay, I accept that. And you're on lead.
I'm going to lead the 7 of hearts.
Why are you leading a trump rather than those lovely spades?
Because declares in his second suit.
Well, he is. And North's 1 no trump rebid implies that he has 2 card support, but he may not. It's a lead pipe cinch that North is short in spades. So what's the declarer going to try to do with any spade losers? And you know he has spade losers, don't you? He's going to try to rough them in the dummy. So the best thing for you to do is take the trumps out of the dummy. Remember, North may only have 3 hearts. South has promised only 5 spades and 4 hearts here. If he has 3 hearts and 1 spade, he likes the heart suit better than he does the spade suit. But in general, any time that the declarer is playing in his second suit, it's a good idea to put a trump on the table, particularly when you have so much in your hand in the declarer's first bid suit. If you want to get any spade tricks, you got to get those hearts off the board as fast as you can. Hopefully a partner can take a trick. He will help you. He will cooperate by trying to take the trumps off the board again. Now then, we have a game contract here in spades. South opens the spades, North bids 2 clubs. South says, I have 6 spades, partner. I want to play here. And then North says, okay, that's fine. Let's play 4 spades. You're on lead. What do you think? Was this a strong auction? Looks pretty strong to me. They didn't hesitate about bidding the game, did they? And North, whether they're playing 2 over 1 or not, he has at least 10 high card points in his hand. And we know that South has a 6 card trump suit. So what are we going to do?
2 of hearts.
You want to lead a heart?
Yeah.
Why do you choose the heart? That's a pretty risky lead, don't you think? Well, diamonds are out, aren't they? Let's just say what we're not going to lead first. Diamonds are out because we're not going to underlead the ace, and we don't have the king to support the ace. So diamonds are checked off. North bid clubs, right?
No. Oh yeah, they did clubs. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was doing the of your 2 unbid suits. You sure don't want to do diamonds.
Right.
And if they're strong in spades, then maybe your partner has some hearts.
Well, and this was a pretty strong auction, and that calls for an aggressive lead on the part of the opening leader. It doesn't get much more aggressive than leading a small heart here from this holding, does it? We know that North and South have far and away the balance of the high card points. And I want to make an aggressive opening lead here on this auction. This is a strong auction.
And if I have 8 points, my partner has about 7 points. So the points are balanced. So
yeah, that's right. Hopefully partner has maybe partner has a club card behind the dummy. I mean, we really can't tell. But if he has as little as the queen of hearts in his hand, then my heart lead should bear fruit. I just can't lead a diamond and North bid clubs. That leaves a heart or a trump. I could lead a trump, but there's no reason to be passive here. No reason at all. If North's club suit is any good at all, if the declarer can get that set up, he can pitch any heart losers he has, right? So I've got to lead a heart here, and that's the 2. All righty. Number 13. What do we think? This is an interesting auction and requires some thought. So South opens a club, North bid a heart. South jumped to 3 clubs. I have a good hand with a long, strong club suit, partner. 3 spades. No, I've told you, I want to play clubs. North says, all right, I have enough that we could contract for game here. And of course, it's up to you to lead. So what do you think? This is a toughie, folks.
If it was me, this is tough. I'd probably just lead a club because my clubs are not going to help me. And it's not going to cost me a dang thing to get rid of one of my cheap clubs. And then I can see that.
That's true. What do you think about this, the strength of these hands? This was a pretty strong auction, wasn't it? Now, what do you think North's bidding indicates? When I see bidding like that, I think North is looking for a no trump contract. Myself, I think he has hearts and spades. And by his bidding, he's implying to his partner, hey, if you have a diamond stop, let's play 3 no trump. Right? And South just totally refused 3 no trump. I mean, they wandered all over the place. Nobody bid no trump. The other 3 suits were bid.
I'd say be aggressive.
I
Get your
would
diamond card.
put the ace of diamonds on the table because there is no chance that either one of the opponents has the king of diamonds. If they did, we'd be playing 3 no trump, right?
Correct.
So I would put the ace of diamonds on the table, hoping my partner has the king. Maybe we can take 2 diamond tricks quick, and I can hope that my partner has another trick somewhere. I think the ace of diamonds gives me the best chance. Would I normally ever lead the ace of diamonds from that holding? No.
No.
But if I pay attention to the auction, it's the only lead that makes any sense. And that may be wrong. It may be that South has the king of diamonds and just wanted to play clubs. And if that's the case, then I have given him the contract, most likely. But especially most of the players who play in the open section are so attuned to bid no trump rather than a minor game that I just think there's no chance that South has the king of diamonds. If either one of the defenders has the king of diamonds, particularly North, he'd have bid 3 no trump over 3 clubs, wouldn't he? Because if he had all the other suits stopped at this point, he would bid 3 no trump. So that this auction to me says the opponents don't have a diamond stop. I'm looking at 2 of them. So I'm going to put the ace of diamonds on the table. This is a very unorthodox lead here. But sometimes unorthodox leads are flashing like a neon sign at you if you remember the bidding. That's the key here, to remember the bidding when you choose your opening lead. I'd have to sit and think about this one for a while because I have been so conditioned not to lead an ace that's not supported by the king. But in this case, to me, this is the only lead that makes sense. North has bid hearts and spades both. Does he necessarily have the ace king in both? Not necessarily. But obviously the South hand is very strong with long clubs in it. I would expect him to have 6 or 7 clubs at least. So I need to get tricks. North has the major suits. So if I want to get tricks and diamonds, I've got to get them, and I've got to get them now. Unorthodox lead, but with any kind of luck at all, it'll work out. All right. Anybody have any questions about that one? I knew that would be hard to come to, but I think it's a good example of paying attention to the auction and how it can inform your decision. Okay, on this hand, South opens a spade, North bids 2 diamonds, South bid 4 diamonds. That's interesting, isn't it? North says, oh, all right. You have a really good hand. Well, so do I. 4 no trump. South says, I have 2 key cards, partner. And now North surprises everybody by bidding 6 spades. So, what do we think here? We're on lead against a suit slam. And looking at this, I have the ace of trumps. There's one sure trick. Which suit is going to give me the best opportunity to take a trick here? Another trick. I need one more trick.
Well, if it was me, I'd leave the Jack of Hearts.
That's tempting, isn't it? Top of a perfect sequence.
Yeah.
Unbid suit. Same thing with the clubs. Perfect sequence.
I would lead a diamond.
Why would you lead a diamond?
Because North open, he's probably got 4. South says, partner, I've got diamond support. You're sitting there with 4 of them. Your partner may be void.
How smart is that?
Partner can't possibly have more than 1 diamond, right? Can't possibly have more than 1 diamond. I'm going to put any diamond I choose to lead there on the table. And when I'm in with the ace of trumps, and I'm going to take the first round, believe me, I'm going to put another diamond on the table. If my partner doesn't show out and rough the first one, then I will lead the second one because he has to have only a singleton based on this bidding. North and South have a big double fit. That's normally a sign that you have a good chance to take a lot of tricks. But in this case, the diamonds are not very friendly to them. I'm sitting there holding 4 of them, and I'm thinking, well, North has at least 4, I would think. South has several. He may be 5-5 even himself to jump like that in diamonds. So I'm going to put a diamond on the table. I'm hoping my partner roughs it, but if he doesn't, the minute the declarer starts on trumps, I'm taking the ace and putting another diamond on the table while my partner hopefully still has a trump. That's the only chance I have to beat this slam looking at my hand. Maybe my partner has a card that I don't know about, but I've got 6 points and they're in a slam. So the likelihood that my partner has a big important card is not very high. So does everybody see the reason for leading a diamond on this auction?
Yep.
Yep. Once again, the bidding gives you a clue, doesn't it? All right. South opens a diamond, North bids a heart. Now South rebids 1 no trump. Okay, he doesn't have 4 hearts and he doesn't have 4 spades, does he? Because if he'd had 4 spades, he'd have bid them right there. And North says, okay, 3 no trump sounds good to me. And now East doubles. And then everybody passes. What does that double mean? What does the double of a no trump contract mean? Anybody have a thought? Anybody at all?
He's got to have a long suit somewhere, doesn't he?
He does, most likely. And what the double of 3 no trump normally means in this situation is, partner, please lead the first suit bid by dummy.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what this means. He's asking you to lead a heart. So put the 10 of hearts on the table. Forget about leading a spade. A spade looks pretty promising, doesn't it? But your partner has told you, no, North bid hearts on some kind of nondescript 4-card suit. So please help me out by leading through the heart suit that's on the dummy. He says, I think we can beat this contract if you just lead hearts. So if you don't lead a heart, you better have a really, really good reason, because you're going to be explaining yourself for a very long time if you don't. The only excuse would be if you don't have a heart. So when East doubles this contract here, it says, please lead the first suit bid by dummy. You know, doubles can be used in doubles of artificial bids. Ask partners to lead the artificial suit, or in this case, the double of a no trump contract. When suits have been bid, says please lead the first suit bid by the dummy. Now this next one is a similar situation, except North and South didn't bid any suits. So what does East double mean now? This comes under the same heading as a do something intelligent or DSI double has in the middle of an auction. Now, do something intelligent, partner. If you hit my suit, we can beat this contract. I'm looking at my hand and I'm thinking, I don't think he has hearts. I have length in hearts, but I don't think my partner does also. In general, when you have a long suit, partner has fewer, right? He has said, I have a long suit. Find it. On this kind of an auction, that generally means lead your shorter major. So I would put the 10 of spades on the table and hope that I reasoned correctly. He could have a minor suit. There's no way to know here. Partner is just saying, think outside the box, partner. Try to find my suit. I can beat this contract if you just lead my suit. That's putting a lot of faith in your partner, isn't it? Doubling a contract that hinges on your partner's finding the right suit to lead. But in general, on a 1 no trump, 3 no trump auction, it's a sign that your partner has your shorter major. So I would put the 10 of spades on the table, and if that's not right, I would apologize to my partner, and he'd probably say something like, well, it was just a shot in the dark, and I took a chance. You just do the best you can in this kind of a situation. Partner's saying, we can beat this, but I need you to find my suit. That's what that double means there when the opponents have not bid a suit.
Well, it's a clue that they didn't bid 2 clubs over the 1 no trump.
That's right. That this auction strongly implies that they don't have the majors. You're absolutely right, Debbie. And when that's the case, the lead of a major suit is often called for. And left to my own devices, I'd put the Queen of Hearts on the table. That lead sticks out like a sore thumb. But I'm 99.9% certain that it's not hearts that my partner has.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong. It's been known to happen, but the odds don't favor it. Okay. So now here we have another slam auction. 1 spade by South, 2 hearts by North, promising 5. 3 spades by South. This obviously is not a pair that plays 2 over 1 because he jumped. And now North says, okay, 4 spades. South says, I'm not interested in stopping here. How many key cards do you have? North says 3 or 0, and South says, oh, well, okay, 6 spades. So what do we think here? What do we think? We have a clue, more than one clue. I could lead a trump. That would be very passive, wouldn't it? North bid hearts, so I'm not particularly fond of the idea of leading my exquisite heart suit there. And so that leaves the minor suits, doesn't it? My holding is identical. So which one am I going to lead? We have a great big old clue here. This 5 diamond bid in response to the key card or ace ask, whichever it was here, is artificial. If East had wanted a diamond lead, he'd have doubled that 5 diamond bid, saying, partner, if you're on lead and it looks like you're going to be, please lead a diamond. I'm going to draw an inference from his failure to double 5 diamonds, and I'm going to lead the jack of clubs. It's the only thing that makes any sense to me. Does anybody else have another opinion? Does everybody see why I chose the jack of clubs?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember, artificial bids can be doubled asking partner to lead it if he happens to be on lead. And in this case, the only thing that's left standing is the jack of clubs. You may not beat it, but it looks to me like it's your best chance. Now here we have another 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump auction. Partner didn't bid or double anything, or once again, it looks like maybe that I should lead a major suit here. Textbooks will tell you that a good lead in this situation is the queen of diamonds. It's the top of an interior sequence, isn't it? Yes, it's under leading an ace, but this is a no trump contract. If you lead the queen of diamonds and declarer has it or the dummy has it, well, you've at least set up 2 tricks for your side, haven't you? That will almost certainly concede a trick to the declarer's king.
Well, I would lead the 4 of spades.
Well, that's a possibility. They didn't look for a major suit fit, so one of the majors is certainly a reasonable. I tend to lead the second of 4 small cards, so I would lead the 7. But whatever your agreement is with your partner on what you lead from 4 small cards, I would choose the spade, hoping that partner will, if he wins a trick ever, that he will turn his head 90 degrees to the right and look at the dummy and see worthless cards in it. Now, if the dummy has the king, then they're always going to get a trick with the king. But in this case, I really need for my partner to lead diamonds. If he can lead diamonds for me, then I have the option or the possibility of taking 3 or even 4 tricks in the suit. But I have to lead passively to do that. They kind of limped into game. It wasn't 1 no trump, 3 no trump. North wasn't strong enough to bid it. He had to invite, and South, you never know why people accept. Sometimes they're just afraid the rest of the field will be in 3 no trump making, and they want to be there too. So you never really know on an auction like this what the actual situation is. But I would lead a spade here rather than putting the queen of diamonds on the table. I'm sacrificing a trick when I do that. Of course, this means that my partner has to turn his head and do a little thinking, and I'm going to try to give my partner the best hint that I can that I don't really have anything in spades. And I would do that by leading the 7. A 9 is too valuable a card to lead. But some people will lead low from 4 small. Other people lead second highest from 4 small. Some people will lead the top of 4 small. Whatever your agreement is with your partner, the spade suit to me offers the best choice. Now,
any consideration of the 8 of hearts?
Well, if you're long in spades, then your partner may have long hearts. Yeah, I would think about it. Certainly, North doesn't have a 4-card major suit because he didn't bid Stayman. So, on the theory that partner probably has the major suit that you don't have, once in a while you get lucky and partner has the same one you do, but that doesn't often happen. I wouldn't argue strongly with the 8 of hearts either, Don. I just think it's important here to lead a major suit. A lot of textbooks tell you to lead the queen of diamonds here. If I had 5 diamonds, I might think about it, but I've only got 4, and I would really like my partner to lead the diamonds. So, number 19. Here we have 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 3 no trump. What are you going to lead?
King of spades.
Well, this time I'd probably go ahead and lead the ace.
I think that's a really good idea. And then what are you going to do after everybody plays to the first trick?
I'm going to lead the
The
king.
king. What impact does the card that your partner play have on you here?
Well, I'd look for the signal, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If partner gives you a low spade saying, not only do I not have the queen, the lead of the ace asks partner to throw a high honor if he has one, right? So if he doesn't throw the king, then you know, if you don't see it on the dummy, that declarer has it. If your partner will give you count if he doesn't have a high honor to throw on the ace. If he plays a low card saying, I have 3 smalls over here, then you need to get out of spades and see if partner can get the lead. He knows what to lead back. Then I would lead one of my side suits, hope that my partner can take a trick somewhere down the road and return a spade back through the declarer. Now, if I see the guarded queen on the dummy, I have a problem because I have no outside entries. If I lead out the ace and king of spades and lead another one, I'm never getting another spade trick if the guarded queen is in the dummy. That's the breaks. But if I don't see it and my partner doesn't throw it, that means the declarer has it. I'm not in business to set up declarer's queens. So if my partner doesn't throw the queen and plays a small card, if he plays a high card, he's telling me he has a doubleton. But if he has the queen third, he needs to throw it because the suit will be blocked if he doesn't. If I lead out the ace and king and he plays his 2 small cards and then I lead a third spade and he wins it, I don't have an outside entry. My partner just blocked the suit. So when your partner leads out an ace against a no trump contract, if you have a high honor, you need to throw it. You need to throw it because he won't lead the ace without either ace, king, queen or ace, king, jack. That's why we talked about the lead from ace, king, little earlier. When you're talking about leading a suit against a no trump contract, you need 3 honors, either a perfect sequence or a broken sequence. We're not going to get quite all the way through these here. Let's see how fast I can do this. Number 20. This is very similar to the previous one. The lead of the king. If we've talked about the jack and what an important role it plays, if the declarer's holding the ace jack, he'll duck the first trick and let you play the queen, and then he'll take his ace, and now he's got 2 tricks from the suit when he doesn't deserve 2 tricks. This is another instance where if partner has a high honor, he needs to throw it because you have either king, queen, jack, or king, queen, 10. Number 21. You're on lead with a really lovely hand. The opponents have bid clubs and hearts. So what do you think?
Diamond.
There's a
10 of diamonds.
I would think that if my partner had something in spades, most people will strain to overcall a spade if they have the opportunity. I think if he had any values in spades, particularly holding a 5-card suit, and he could bid spades at the 1 level, he would have. If he hadn't had the opportunity to bid one spade, then I would lead the spade, hoping that that's what he has. But since he had the opportunity to bid a spade and didn't, if he has diamonds, he may not have enough in values to bid 2 diamonds over 1 heart. That means I'm going to lead the 10 of diamonds here, but the 10 of spades could be right. Maybe partner was just a little bit short of what he thought he needed to bid a spade. But at the 1 level, it doesn't take a whole lot, particularly when it's the spades. Number 22, 1 no trump, 3 no trump again. What do you think? Two cards.
Diamonds. It doesn't matter.
I think that I forgot to put a bid in there by your partner. Your partner opened 1 spade. South overcalled 1 no trump. You passed with 4 points, and North bid 3 no trump. I forgot to put a 1 spade bid in there by North.
2 spades. Queen of spades.
Who said the queen of spades?
I did, Jane.
Jane, that's a very old directive. When you have not supported, you leave the 2. Bottom of something, top of nothing. Contrast that with this one. Let's say, okay, this time your partner opened a spade again. Now you have the jack under the queen, and you should lead the queen here because you have touching honors. But when you have queen and 2 small and you have not raised, haven't supported, lead low. And number 24, what do you guys think? Is this one too easy?
I'm taking my 5 spade tricks right now.
Right.
Well, if anybody,
Not your lead.
that's right. If you put the ace of spades on the table, it's going to be director. North open to no trump, not south. It's not your lead. So don't do it. Okay? Gotta pay attention. If only we're sitting east, right? But you're not. So, all right. Thanks for coming this morning, everybody. Hi, this is Susan. Thanks for watching this video today. Most of these videos come from our free bridge lessons that we present on Zoom every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you'd like to join us for those lessons, you can email us at the address shown below, and we'll send you the link. If you can't attend the lessons, then feel free to subscribe to our channel, and you'll be notified when there is a new one added. Again, thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you soon.